I would make the general observation as well. I wouldn't necessarily see it as a negative that our own stockpiles have been drawn down, for the simple fact that if you think about what are those weapons for, I mean, they were ultimately there to degrade and deter primarily a Russian aggression. They are being used to do exactly that. They're just being used by the Ukrainians. So in one sense, even though the stockpiles are lower, they are being used for the purpose with which they are intended and degrading the capabilities of an adversary in the process. So yes, we will rebuild them over time.
My last question in this thread. There was a very notable Sino-Russian summit last week. What conclusions should we draw from this summit? And I don't think you've said anything about this yet.
So my observations on it are, whilst we welcomed, and I did welcome, China's support for Ukraine's territorial integrity as part of the various things that they said, I think their abstention on voting for a resolution does little for their credibility as a neutral party in this. I'd encourage President Xi, as we've said, to engage directly with President Zelensky on any particular peace proposal that China is interested in putting forward, and that exactly is a conversation I've had with President Zelensky as well. China would do well to engage directly with Ukraine on that. More broadly, it's clear that Russia is dependent on China for various reasons that are obvious, and again would ask President Xi to use his influence with Putin to urge him to end this war and withdraw from Ukraine as a precondition to any negotiations.